फिजिक्स मेजरमेंट चैप्टर स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं हम लोग। चैप्टर स्टार्ट करने से पहले कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस। ये जो चैप्टर है मेजरमेंट, राइट, ये वर्ड तुम लोग डेली लाइफ में यूज़ करते हैं। टेबल की लेंथ मेजर करते हैं, कपड़े की लेंथ मेजर करते हैं, खुद का वेट मेजर करते हैं, राइट। तो मेजरमेंट बहुत सारी चीज़ों का होता है, वॉल्यूम का होता है, एरिया का मेजरमेंट होता है, कुछ में कैलकुलेशंस इन्वॉल्व होते हैं और कुछ चीज़ों के लिए डायरेक्ट मशीन्स अवेलेबल है। जैसे कि वेइंग स्केल पे हम खुद खड़े हो जाए तो हमारा वज़न डायरेक्टली डिस्प्ले हो जाता है, कोई भी कैलकुलेशंस करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है, राइट। पेट्रोल पंप पर जब हम व्हीकल में हवा भरवाते हैं तो मशीन लगा हुआ होता है, राइट। ऑपरेटर जैसे ही हवा भरता है वो मशीन में हमको पता चल जाता है कि भाई हाँ, प्रेशर टायर्स में सही है, हवा भर चुकी है। तो कुछ चीज़ों के लिए मशीन्स अवेलेबल है, बट कुछ चीज़ों के लिए हमें कैलकुलेशंस करने पड़ते हैं। जैसे कि मैं आपको कहूँ कि जैसे ये बिल्डिंग है, तो बिल्डिंग के अंदर जो ईंट यूज़ हुई है, उस ईंट का तुम लोगों को वॉल्यूम ढूंढना है तो तुमको उसकी लेंथ, ब्रेड्थ और हाइट कैलकुलेट मेजर करनी पड़ेगी। मेजरमेंट करने के बाद वॉल्यूम ऑफ ए क्यूबॉइड, राइट। ईंट जो होती है, ब्रिक, वो क्यूबॉइडल शेप की होती है। तो क्यूबॉइड शेप का वॉल्यूम कैसे मिलता है? लेंथ इंटू ब्रेड्थ इंटू हाइट। सो यूजिंग इट्स फॉर्मूला यू कैन इजीली कैलकुलेट इट्स वॉल्यूम। सो इन दिस चैप्टर मेजरमेंट टेक्निक्स हम लोग पढ़ेंगे, खास करके वॉल्यूम मेजर करने की टेक्निक्स। अब जो चीज़ों का शेप रेगुलर है, जैसे कि क्यूब है, क्यूबॉइड है, स्फीयर है, तो इनके फॉर्मूलाज मैथ्स में अवेलेबल है, यू कैन कैलकुलेट देयर वॉल्यूम इजीली। बट कुछ चीज़ें हैं जैसे कि स्टोन, राइट, रेल के पटरी पर मिलने वाला स्टोन, उसका कोई रेगुलर शेप नहीं होता है, तो उसका वॉल्यूम हम लोग कैसे ढूंढेंगे, उसकी डेंसिटी हम लोग कैसे ढूंढेंगे। तो ऐसे कई सारी फिज़िकल क्वांटिटीज़ है, जैसे मैंने बोला डेंसिटी, राइट। तो ये एक फिज़िकल क्वांटिटी है, इसका मेजरमेंट कैसे करेंगे। तो ये एक नई चीज़ स्टैंडर्ड 8 में इंट्रोड्यूस होती है, मेजरमेंट ऑफ द डेंसिटी। व्हाट डज एग्जैक्टली डेंसिटी मीन्स। तो बहुत सारा थियोरेटिकल पार्ट है, डेफिनेशंस सब कुछ मैं बोर्ड पर लिखूंगा, आप लोगों को भी नोटबुक में लिखते जाना चाहिए, उसे लर्न भी करना है। और उसके बाद में कुछ न्यूमेरिकल्स भी है जो हम लोग करेंगे, राइट। सो लेट अस स्टार्ट। सो द फर्स्ट टॉपिक विच वी हैव इज डेंसिटी। व्हाट एग्जैक्टली डू यू मीन बाय दिस वर्ड डेंसिटी। तो डेफिनेशन क्या है डेंसिटी का? डेंसिटी का डेफिनेशन है, इट इज डिफाइंड एज मास पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम। दिस इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ ए डेंसिटी, राइट। इसका फॉर्मूला है डेंसिटी, मेजरमेंट का फॉर्मूला है मास अपॉन वॉल्यूम। एसआई यूनिट केजी, राइट। मास मेजर होता है केजी में, वॉल्यूम मेजर होता है मीटर क्यूब में, और इसका सीजीएस यूनिट है ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, राइट। सो अब मैं नाउ आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू डिटेल अबाउट द डेंसिटी। So now let us say that you take 1 kg of cotton, rui, right. You take 1 kg of cotton, and other side you take 1 kg of cement. 1 kg of cotton or 1 kg of cement. What will you observe when you take 1 kg of cotton? तो 1 kg of cotton शायद इतनी ज़्यादा बड़ी जगह रोकेगा, राइट। और 1 kg ऑफ सीमेंट शायद बहुत छोटी सी जगह रोकेगा। तो व्हाट इज़ आवर ऑब्जर्वेशन दैट द 1 kg ऑफ कॉटन, राइट, ऑक्यूपाइज मोर वॉल्यूम, एंड 1 kg ऑफ सीमेंट इट ऑक्यूपाइज लेस वॉल्यूम, राइट। इसी तरह से एक और एग्जांपल हम लोग लेते हैं कि जैसे मैंने लिया है 10 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब कॉटन और 10 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब सीमेंट। अब इसके बारे में क्या ऑब्जर्वेशंस होंगे? तो अगेन जब 10 cm क्यूब ऑफ कॉटन लिया है, मतलब इन दोनों का वॉल्यूम सेम है। वॉल्यूम सेम है इन द सेंस के समझ लो कि मैंने इतना बॉक्स भर के कॉटन लिया है और इतना ही बॉक्स भर के मैंने सीमेंट लिया है, राइट। तो ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या है तुम्हारे, ऑब्जर्वेशन विल बी दैट द कॉटन, राइट, इसका मास कम होगा, राइट, और जबकि सीमेंट का मास ज़्यादा होगा। सो व्हाट डज इट सिग्निफाइज, it means that when you take same mass of two different substances, same mass of two different substances, their volumes are different. Similarly, when you take same volume of different substances, their mass is different. So here how will you compare the two objects? अगर हम लोग सेम मास लेते हैं तो वॉल्यूम अलग अलग आता है, वॉल्यूम सेम लेते हैं तो मास अलग अलग आता है। तो अब इन दोनों चीज़ों को हम कंपेयर कैसे करेंगे, कैसे कहेंगे कि भाई कॉटन हल्का है सीमेंट भारी है, राइट, ऐसा कैसे कंपेयर करेंगे हम लोग। तो कंपेयर करने के लिए वी इंट्रोड्यूस द वर्ड डेंसिटी, टू इंट्रोड्यूस द वर्ड डेंसिटी। सो अंडर सच सर्कमस्टेंसेस when mass are same, volume are different, volume are same, mass are different, we make use of the word density, which collectively compares both the things, mass and volume. It compares both the things at a time, mass and volume, and that comparison, collective comparison, we call it as density. It is defined as mass occupied per unit volume, mass occupied per unit volume, right. So here in this chapter, in this topic, we will be seeing in detail about how to compare, how to calculate the densities of different substances, right. We have this formula, we will make use of this formula, how to calculate the density. So to calculate the density, right, the first important thing which we have, we need mass. Any object is given to you, its mass you need, right. Let us say you have been given this stone, so you need to calculate the mass. As per the formula, the first thing you will need is its mass. How will you calculate its mass? So simple, we have a beam balance, we have a physical balance. With that you will easily calculate the mass. So mass is calculated using physical balance. What is physical balance? Physical balance is nothing but the one which you see with the vegetable vendors. One side they keep standard weights and other side they will keep the object. So with that you will easily get the mass. The next thing which you need is volume, right. So how will you obtain the volume? So now here there are some more details regarding the calculation of density, that you know that volume, again, for regular objects, regular solids, volume can be easily calculated from their maths formula. But in case of the solids like this which does not have a regular volume, how to calculate their volume, how to calculate the volume of liquids. So the next topic which we have is measurement of the density of solids, measurement of density of solids. Again in this also we have two different parts. One is the solids which are heavier than water, right, and the solids which are not heavier than water, which are lighter than water. So in this topic number 2 we will discuss how to calculate the density for the solids, right, which are heavier than water. So as I said, to calculate the density, right, what things you need for measurement of the density? We need mass, right, and we need volume. Mass, how will you calculate the mass? I have given here that mass, simply you can use the physical balance to calculate the mass. Then the most challenging part is to calculate the volume. How will you calculate the volume? So let us see how to calculate the volume. So for the calculation of the volume, again here, right, we make two parts. First part is volume of regular objects and the other part is volume of irregular objects. What are the regular objects? Regular objects, simple, the objects which are in the shape of square, right? Or since we are calculating volume, we call it as a cube, cuboid, sphere, cone, cylinder, right? So these are some regular objects. Simple cube is given, then which formula you will use to measure the volume of cube? Side cube or length cube. For cuboid, which formula will you use to measure the volume of cuboid? Length into breadth into height. For sphere, the formula is 4/3 pi r cube. R is radius of the sphere. And for cone, volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square h, right? R is radius of the cone, right? You know that cone is in this shape, so this is the radius r and this is the height h of the cone. Then for the cylinder formula is pi r square h. Cylinder is of this shape, right? So this circular part will have radius and total height of the cylinder, or you can say length of the cylinder. So for regular objects, volume can easily be calculated. After calculating this volume, you put it into this formula, you will easily get the density. But the challenging part is calculating the volume of the irregular objects. How will you calculate the volume of irregular objects? To calculate volume of irregular objects, the first laboratory device which we use is measuring cylinder. With this we can calculate the volume of regular objects, and second one is Eureka jar. Any one of them you can use to measure the volume. How to measure the volume using the measuring cylinder, right? So the next topic I will take is measuring volume using measuring cylinder or measuring jar. Jar also the word you can use. So what is exactly a measuring cylinder? Measuring cylinder, you might have seen. How does it looks? Measuring cylinder, it is a simple cylinder, right, of, and you have a markings here. Such type of markings are available. How to use this cylinder? So to use this cylinder, right, the first step is step number 1. Fill water in the jar up to volume V, right? We will use VI, initial level, right? Initial level. So let us say I have filled water inside jar till this level VI, exactly till some level, right? I have filled water till this level. Now what will be the step 2? Step 2 will be insert the solid gently into the jar. So let us say I want to measure the volume of this stone, then what I will do? I will insert the stone gently. You see this word gently, we don't have to throw. If you throw, water will spill out and your measurement will not be very correct, very accurate. So as soon as I insert the object inside this jar, right, let us say this is the stone I have inserted, what will happen? There will be a rise in the level of the water, and let us say water level reaches this final volume VF, right? Now step number 3, take the reading of water level. So what is the reading here? VF, right? So we have taken the reading that it is VF. Now in step number 4, we can easily calculate the volume. What will be the volume? Final volume minus initial volume, right? The final level of the water, whatever marking you see here, minus this was the initial amount of the water. So this both the subtraction when you do, you get the final volume. Now you have the volume also, right? You can calculate the mass easily by this formula. So it is easier to calculate the density. So that is the measurement of the density of the solids which are irregular objects. Measuring volume is a challenge. Mass measurement is common everywhere. What to do to measure the mass? Use physical balance. But to measure the volume, right, The first method is measuring cylinder. Second method is Eureka jar. When the objects are of the regular shape, you can use the formula. If they are not of the regular shape, then you have these two methods, either use measuring jar or use a Eureka jar. Then now I will show you the measurement of the volume using Eureka jar. Measuring volume using Eureka jar. Now what is a Eureka jar? This is again a laboratory instrument, right? I will draw you and show you what exactly it looks like. Again, it is a cylinder. It has a opening here, right? So from here the water will spill out. We keep here measuring jar. This is the Eureka jar. And this one which we keep just below the Eureka jar, it is same type of measuring cylinder, right? Smaller cylinder we take. So this is measuring cylinder. So now what are the steps involved in measuring the volume using the Eureka jar? So step number 1, fill water till spout. This is called as spout. This level it is called as spout. Till this level, spout. You have to fill the water so that it is just about to overflow. Just about to overflow. Till this level you have to fill the water. After filling the water till the spout, next step what you do? Again gently immerse the stone in the Eureka jar, right? So now you take this stone and gently put it inside. You don't have to again throw or just drop it. No, water will spill out. Slowly insert it. So as you insert the stone inside, what will happen? Water will overflow, right? So this overflown water will be collected into the measuring jar. Let us note down the point steps. Gently immerse the stone in the Eureka jar. You will observe water flowing out of the jar, of the spout, right? This opening it is called as spout. Out the spout. Fourth number, collect water in the measuring jar. So whatever water is overflowing, that I am collecting into the jar, right? So fifth point, level, observe the level of water in the measuring jar. So when you observe the level of water, you will get some value, right? Observe the level of the water in the measuring jar. This will give you the volume of solid, right? So whatever measurement you have taken here, let us say the water is filled till here, this level, right? And this level is, let us say, V. So you got the volume of the solid. So here the steps are different. For Eureka jar, steps are different. Whichever is convenient, whichever object or whichever measuring device is available, we use that method. It depends. If the lab is very large in size, if it is a well developed lab, right, or a very large sized lab, then you will have both the instruments, both these devices will be available. So you can use any one of them as per your conveniency. Both of them will give you same volume, right? So this is the measurement of the volume using the Eureka jar.